Assalamu alaikum friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today is my first video of DevOps. So this is my 60 days DevOps challenge that I have set it for myself, and I will be uploading the 60 videos of DevOps in which I will be discussing about the DevOps, that what it is and what are the tools and techniques that are used in it. Alright, so I will be discussing multiple tools like Git, GitHub, Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, etc. Alright, so the first tool that I am going to discuss in this video is Git. So Git is a version control system that is basically used to manage and monitor the files inside the directory. Alright, so basically it will monitor the changes inside the directory, a specific directory that you want to monitor. Alright, so first of all I will go to the Git website and open this website. Alright, and as you can see that Git is a free and open source distributed version control system designed to handle everything from small to very large projects. So it will monitor the changes inside a directory from small to very large projects with speed and efficiency. Alright, so there are some sections present in this website like about, documentation, community, but I'm not going to take a look at each of these sections. Instead I will open the download section. Alright, and there are three operating systems like Mac, Windows and Linux. So I'm using Linux. I will open the Linux. Alright, and for Linux there is a distribution that I'm using, Ubuntu. So I can copy this link in which I will through which I can install the Git. But let me show you that I have already installed the Ubuntu Git in my operating system. So if I type Git version, you will see that this is the version, Git version that I have installed previously, so I don't need to install the Git. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is the initialization process, that how you can initialize the Git, because before initializing you cannot further monitor the files and the directories that will be present inside this file directory. Alright, so in order to monitor the changes, you first have to initialize the Git. So how can I initialize the Git? I will write init. As you can see that it is giving me a message that initialized empty Git repository in home, Bilal, downloads and the files. So it means that inside this files directory, the .git directory is created. Alright, so if I want to check it, I will simply write ls-a. You will see that this is the directory that is created by default when I initialize the Git. Alright, so this is a hidden directory. It is not shown here. So if you write ls, you will see nothing, but if you write ls-a, you will see that this is the hidden directory that is created here. And if I want to check the further files and subdirectories present in it, if you will type ls-a.git, it will show you all the subdirectories and the files that are present inside this .git directory. Alright, so this will basically show you that the Git is initialized. And one thing I want to show you again is that if you go to the downloads directory and type the same command ls-a.git, you will see that there is no such file or directory by the name of .git. Why? Because I have not initialized the Git inside this downloads directory. Instead, I have only initialized the Git inside this files directory. So it means that it will only monitor the files and directories inside this files directory. It will not work outside the files directory like downloads or documents, etc. Alright, so now go to the files directory again and clear this. And what I need to do is to first of all create a file. Alright, file.txt. And now you can see that this file is created and it is giving me a message like U. So U means untracked. So it is not, basically the untracked is giving me a message that it needs to be first of all added to the staging area, and then once it is added into the staging area, then it should be committed. Alright, so the Git will basically apply two stages. The first stage is to add it into the staging area and the next stage is to commit it. Alright, so first of all I will add it into the staging area by writing file.txt, like git add file.txt. So it will add into the me into the staging area. It will add this file into the staging area. But before adding it to the staging area, I will show you the status of it by writing git status. If I press enter on this, you will see that it is showing me the message that it is untracked. It means that it is not added into the staging area, and it is giving me a suggestion that nothing add to commit but untracked files present. Use git add to track it. Alright, so I will first of all track this file and then it will be added to the git. So how to track it? I will write git add and the file.txt. Alright, so now it is added. As you can see that the U sign is changed from U to A. Alright, it means that it is added. After that, what I will do, I will commit it. After adding it to the staging area, I will commit it, but before it, I will write the git status. As you can see that the file is now in the green color because it is now added into the staging area. Let's commit it. Git commit M for message, or you can give any message. So I will write file.txt is added. Alright, so let's give it this message and press enter on this. Now you can see that the A sign is gone from here. So if I write git status again, you will see that nothing is present here. Alright, so the tree is clean. So this is how it will work. You first have to add it into the staging area and then it will go to, then you have to commit it. These are the two-step process. After that, what you need to do is to, let's say I make some changes here. So I modify this and I will write this is the file.txt and that Bilal Khan has created. Alright, so this is the modification, and as you can see that it is giving me a message that it is modified. So if I type git status, you will see that it is giving me a message modified. Alright, so I want to add it again. So how will I do this? I will first add it and then I will commit it. So let's add it, git add and then the file.txt. But I want to show you something that you don't need to write the file.txt every time. Instead, what you can do is to write the dot sign here. Why? Because let's say if you have hundreds of files present here and you want to add those files one by one, then it will be very difficult for you. Instead, what you can do is to write dot here and it will add all the files for you into the staging area. So now you don't need to write like file 1, file 2, file 3. Instead, what you can do is to write this dot sign and it will write all the files, it will add all the files into the staging area. Alright, so let's press enter on this. Now you can see that if I type git status, you will see that this file.txt file is added into the staging area. Alright, so after that let's commit it, git commit M and then modification in the file, the file.txt. Alright, so now it is added. If I type git status again, you will see that nothing is present to be committed. Alright, so this is how it will work. After that, the next thing that I'm going to show you is, let's say, add some modification again, and I will write Bilal Khan said that this community is awesome. Alright, so after that, once it is added, it is again showing me the modification message. If I write git status again, you will see that the file is modified. And I have to add it into the staging area by writing this command, and then I will have to commit it like this. Alright, by writing this message like modification again in the file.txt. Alright, so but here is the problem that I have not added this file into the staging area, but then how I can commit this? You can also commit this, but you have to write the A here. Alright, so A means it will add this file into the staging area and then it will commit it. So you are doing the two-step process in one command. Alright, so I have shown you that you need to do two things. The first one is to add into the staging area and then commit it. But by using this one command, you can also do this by you can also add it into the staging area and commit it by using this one command. You first have, you just need to write the A with this M. Alright, so if you remove this M, then it won't work. So if you type this A, then it will add it and commit it both at the same time. So let's press enter on this. Now you can see that it is added and it is committed at the same time. So if I type git status, you will see that nothing is present here. Alright, so this is how it will work. Now the next thing that I'm going to show you is to write git log. Now the git log will basically show you the history of the git commits that you have done. Alright, so I have done only 3 commits, like file.txt is added. That was the first command that I have added. And the second one is the modification in the file.txt, and the second one is the modification again in the file.txt. So this is the date in which this commit was done. This is the author of the commit, and this is the hash value of the commit that has done it. Alright, so the hash value will be different on each commit. Alright, so this hash value is different from this one, this hash value is different from this one. Alright, so these are all the information and the history of the commits that I have done it. Alright, so after that, what you need to do is I will show you another thing, is that let's add some other modification, like he is very happy. Alright, so this is another modification, but I now want to show you another thing, and that is git status. Now I need to add it, and then after adding, if you type status again, git status, it will show you the modification message that it is added into the staging area, but it needs to be committed. But I won't commit it. Why? Because let's say I have made up my mind that I want to reverse back these changes from the staging area to the unstaging area. Alright, so I hope you understood that currently it is present in the staging area. But I want to move from the staging area back to the previous stage, or back to the unstaging area. How can I do this? So you can also do this by writing, let's say, git restore, and it will also show you the message here. If you type the git status again, you will see that git restore staged and the file name to unstage. So it will show you that how you can move from the staging area to the unstaging area. So if I type git restore staged, and then the file name is .txt. So after that, if I clear this and write git status, you will see that I am currently present in the unstaging area. Alright, so this is how you will do this. So after that, I need to also move this and add it and commit it into the git. So I will simply write git add dot, and write this semicolon and write git commit m, and then write what you can see, that file.txt is modified. So this is also a way through which you can add it and commit it 2 commands at the same time by using this semicolon. Alright, this is also another way. So let's press enter on this. Now if I type git status, you will see nothing, and after that if I write git log, you will see the history of it, that file.txt is modified. Alright, this is how it will work. So now let's clear this, and after that, let's say if I delete this file. Alright, so let's delete this. I can delete it through the GUI like this, or I can delete it like this. rf -rf, and then the file.txt. Now you can see that the file.txt is deleted. As you can see that it is giving me the red sign here, and if I type git status, you will see that it is showing me the message that it is deleted. So what I will do, I will commit those changes. I will write git commit -am, because I want to also add it also. Alright, am, and then file.txt is added. So let's add them, add it, and now if I write git log, but I have to first increase the size of terminal. And now you can see that the file.txt is not added, it should be deleted. I just misspelled it. I need to write the delete. I just deleted. I just wrote the edit sign here, right? So the message is different, but the action is that I have deleted the file.txt. Alright. So basically, let's say if I want to reverse back this commit, how can I do this? Alright, so let's say I have made up my mind that I want to get this file again. How can I do this? Alright, so this is also an important question, that if you have made some kind of commit but you want to reverse back from that commit, or you want to undo this commit, how you can do this. So this is also possible. So how it is possible? So basically what you need to do is to take the don't take this commit hash value, instead take the below hash value of the above hash value. Alright, so let's say if you want to reverse back or undo this hash this commit, what you can do is to take the below hash value of the commit and reset it. Alright, so let's say if I want to delete all of these commits, alright, how can I do this? I will take the last hash value and reset it. So it will delete all the above hash values, all the above commits. Similarly, if I want to delete these commits, what I will do, I will take this hash value that is on the last one, alright, and I will reset it, and it will delete all the commits that are above it. This is how it will work. So it will go from the downward to the backward. I will give the last one and it will delete all the above. I will give the this one, it will delete these commits. I will give this hash value, it will delete these two. I will give this hash value and it will delete this one. This is how it will work. After that, what I need to do is to take this hash value, copy it here, and I will reset it, and this commit will be deleted. So let's clear this, and now what I will do, I will write git reset and paste the hash value here. So let's press enter on this. Now you can see that unstaged changes after reset. So let's write git status. You will see that the file that I have deleted is now present in the unstaging area, but now it is not recovered yet. So what I will do to recover it, I will write git push, and now git stash push, and then m, and after that give the message like file.txt is recovered. Alright, file.txt is recovered, and now you can see that file.txt is present here. Alright, this is how it will work. And similarly, if I write git log and increase the size of the terminal, and now if I press enter on this, you will see that the file.txt that I have created, that the commit was present here, is now gone from here because it is now deleted. So this is how it will work. Alright, so now let's take a look at another thing that I want to show you, and that is git stash list. So basically this is the thing, this is the message that I have given it. This was the message that I had given it, and that was file.txt is recovered. So I need to clear this message. How can I clear this? I will write git stash clear. So if I write git stash again list, it will show me nothing. Alright, so now let's take a look at this command, that is basically git stash, or the stashing area. So the stashing area is used when you want to store the data temporarily. Alright, so if you want to store the data for temporary purpose, you can use the git stash. Alright, so how it is valuable? Basically, let's say if you are working on the feature 1, alright, and your boss has come to you and he wants you to work on the feature 2. Alright, so let's write it here. Let's say if you are working on the feature 1, and your boss has come to you and he wants you to work on the feature 2. So how will you manage this? Because you are working on the feature 1 and your work is not done here, but the boss is forcing you to work on the feature 2. Then how it will be possible for you, because you have not committed the changes in it. So to do it, you have to store this feature 1 in the stashing area, and then you have to pivot from the feature 1 to the feature 2. And once you work in the feature 2 and complete it, then you can go back to the feature 1 again. Alright? So this is a simple process, that first of all, you need to store this feature 1 in the temporary area or the stashing area. Once this feature 1 is present there, you can go to the feature 2 and complete your work there. And after that, go back to the feature 1 to complete, to resume or continue your work. Alright? So I will show you how you can do this. So let's clear this, and let's write this feature 1. Alright. So first of all, I will write git status. You can see that this is the modification that is present in it. Alright. So first of all, I will add it. So sorry, git add, and then you can see that this is now added into the staging area. If I write git status, you will see that it is now added into the staging area. But now I don't need to commit it. Instead, what I will do, I will add this staged file or the staging area commit into the stashing area. So what I will do, I will write git stash push m, and then the feature 1 is added temporarily. Alright, so now it is added temporarily in the stashing area. So this is a git stash list. As you can see, this is the feature 1 that is added there. Similarly, if I want to add the feature 2 there, how will I do this? Feature 2. Alright, so let's push this feature 2 there also. So I will write git stash push m, and then the feature 2. Feature 2 is added temporarily. Alright, so this is how it will be shifted there. So if I write git stash list, you will see that both of the features are now added into the stashing area. So now I can call any one of the features that I want to according to my need. So what I will do, let's say if I want to call this first feature, how can I do this? I will write git stash apply, and then 1, because 1 is the index number of the feature 1. So I will call this. As you can see that this is the feature 1 that is called it here. Alright, so now it is present in the unstaging area. I will again add it in the staging area, but before I need to make some modification, I will write feature 1. This is the modification in the feature 1. Alright, so let's save this. After that, let's write git add, and then write git stash push, and then m again, and now feature 1 is now modified. Alright, and updated. Alright, so now it is updated there. If I write git stash list, you will see that the feature 1 is now updated and modified. After that, let's call this feature 2 if I want to. So I will write, let's call this git stash apply, and now this feature 2 is by the index number of 1. So I will write apply 1. So now you can see that the feature 2 is called. I will write feature 2 is now modified and updated. This is how it will work. If I clear this and write git mod add, and after that write git stash push, and then m for pushing this feature, and then message for it. So feature 2 is now modified and updated. Alright, so this feature 2 is also gone there. So if I type git stash again, list, so you can see that these are the feature 1 and feature 2 that is updated and modified, and these were the previous features that were not modified. So what I will do, I will basically clear these features because I don't want them. Instead, what I will just want these features because they are updated. So what I will do, I can delete them. I can delete it by writing git stash drop, and now the index number 2 and 3. Alright, so 2, so this is deleted now, but now if I type this git stash again, so now this temporarily went from this to this one. Alright, so now the index number of the 3 is now 2 because in between this stash where this feature is gone away. Alright, so this is how it will work. So now let's drop this second one again, and if I write git stash list, it will show me only 2 features that are updated here. Alright, so now what I need to do, I need to call them. So how can I call them? I will write git stash apply first 0, but before applying, let's take a look at it. Feature 1 is 1, feature 2 is 0. So now apply feature 1, feature 2 is 0, feature 1 is 1. Alright, so this is the feature 1 that is called here. Alright, after that what I need to do is to write git stash. This is the feature that I need to commit. Alright, because this is updated, so I will first of all add it and commit it. I will write git commit, and then A also I need to add it also in the staging area, and then I will write feature 1 is added. Alright, sorry, I didn't named it, I just wrote the feature is added, so no problem about it. So now what I will do, I will call the feature feature 2, because this is also required. Feature 2 is by the index number of 0. As you can see that this is showing me some kind of error that I need to show you, is that basically this is giving me the merge conflict. Why? Because the merge conflict will arise if there are two things are present on the same line. But I have these lines are present on different lines. These features are present on the different lines, but they are still giving me the merge conflict error. Why? Because the spaces are not present there. The spaces were basically, if you take a look at this, you will see that if you go to the feature 1, it will take these spaces, but if you go back, if this feature is gone to the stashing area, now these spaces are not accepted here. So what you will do, and if you create this feature 2, these feature 2 will take the same spaces because the feature is present on above, but now the feature is, if you create the feature 2, then these lines are occupied by this feature 2. Alright, so the feature 1 lines are now empty and these lines are occupied by the feature 2. But if you work on the feature 1, then these lines were not occupied by, these lines were present with the string. So that's why the reason it is giving me, but you need to keep this in mind that the merge conflict is arising here. So there are two things that you need to accept one. So you can either accept both of them, and you can accept only one. So I will accept both of them. Alright. So let's click on this, and you can see that it is giving me the, it is accepting both of the error, both of the features. So I will leave as it is. So what I will do, I will basically, this is a modification, the feature 1, this is the feature modified. Alright. So what I will do, I will write, I will scroll up, and now I will write git status. You will see that it is giving me the modification message that both needs to be modified. So I will modify it by writing add, and then git commit, and then m, and leave it the name, give the name that like feature 2 is added. Alright, feature 2 is added. Now it is recovered. So basically the problem was that let's say if there are this feature was let's say if this feature was not present, and basically the empty lines were occupied by this feature. So that's like this. All right. And after that, this is the reason that it has given me the merge conflict, because the feature 1 has taken the place of the feature 2 by using these spaces. So that's why it was giving me the merge conflict. So I resolved it, so you don't need to worry about it. Basically, you can delete any one of them if you want to. Let's say if you want to delete this feature 2 or feature 1, but there is no need to worry about this, because you can delete either one of them or you can keep both of them at the same time. Keeping both at the same time, you can then commit it and add it into the staging area. So you don't need to worry about it. So this is also an important concept in the merge conflict that I'm also going to show you in my later on in this video, because I faced that problem in the GitHub actions. So I will show you also there. So after that, what you will do, I will write git log and increase the size of this git log and paste it here and press enter on this. As you can see, the feature 2 is added, feature is added, and these are other things that I have shown you there. Alright, so this is how it will work. So I hope you understood, but there is only one point is remaining, that is, let's say if I write git stash list, you will see that these features are still present in my stashing area, but I don't need it because I have committed up there. So what I will do, I will git stash clear them. Alright, and now you will see that if I write git stash again, you will see nothing. So that's awesome. After that, let's say if you want to, if your work is done and you want to, let's say, remove the Git from your system, or you want to don't monitor this files directory. Alright, so how you can demonitor it, or how you can get out of the monitoring stage, then you can write the Git, rm, rf, and then the .git. Alright, so this will monitor all the branches, all the things, or everything will be removed from the, basically, all the commits will be removed from the Git. So if I press enter on this, you will see that this is showing me nothing. If I write git log, you will see that nothing is present here. Why? Because the monitoring is now not present in the files. Alright, so basically the monitoring is now deleted from the file, so it will not monitor anything. So if I made any changes here, alright, if I made any changes here, it will not be detected. So if I write git status, it will show me nothing. Why? Because it is not monitoring now. So that's it for now. I hope you like this video. So if you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.